Hi everybody, and welcome once again to our weekly Formula for Success webinar, and this is going to be yet another jam-packed edition of our weekly show, which I hope, if you're not already a fan and a follower, that you're going to continue tuning in at this same time every single week, where you can get so much information and easily actionable steps. That's what's really important, is that you can take action immediately, right tonight, right after this presentation, wherever you are in the world, you can take action from what we share with you. So really focus and play full out, and make sure you give us your attention. It's very important that you put your phone in silent or switch it off completely. Close on Facebook, close on Skype, close on all web pages. I want you to pay complete attention to this, and also pen and paper. And I also want you to make sure to ask questions throughout the presentation as well, because it does make a big difference in terms of asking questions. So this is the agreement that I want you to have, that I want us to have, is that you're going to make sure that you're going to stay actively engaged. We're going to take loads and loads of notes. We're going to submit your questions. And for those of you who are new to our webinars, I see there's one or two. Just look at your panel, your control panel, and you'll see audio, and you'll see question or chat. You just click the question or chat once to type in any questions you might have. So during the presentation, type in any questions that you might have. If I don't answer it during the presentation, I will definitely answer it afterwards. If you happen to be watching a recording of this, place your question underneath the video recording on the web page or wherever it may be, and I'll answer it then as well. Okay, so the topic again today is the 3 simple steps to firm bum, ties, and banishing cellulite forever. And like I've said in the promo, this isn't just a webinar just for women, although the title is very directed towards women, but ultimately it's how to get in the best shape of your life no matter who you are. Cellulite is something that's it's applicable to women more so than guys, and it's what I'm going to share with you on the webinar on this presentation is exactly how you can avoid it, exactly how you can decrease it, and how it's really up to you whether you have it or not. But ultimately it's about the better shape you're in, the better your body's going to look, the less cellulite you're going to have. So everything boils down again to control. It's about you regaining control, and you being on this presentation is about you getting control by further educating yourself. What's important then though is that you take action. If you don't take action, then you're not going to get the results. So you need to really focus on taking massive action, and throughout this presentation, think about what are the actionable steps you're going to take next, because that's what's going to determine your results. Because if you don't take the right kind of action, you're not going to get the results. And it's like even having the information. The information is great, and you being on this webinar is great, and for those who've been on for the last 12 months or more that we've been doing it every single week, it's great. But if you haven't taken action, it's been a complete waste of your time, because knowledge without action is totally useless. Okay, so it's the action that counts, not the knowledge. And the bottom line of points, fingers always pointing at you. I love using this slide in our weekly webinar. And for those of you who are on every week, these are similar messages I'm giving you. The important thing is, it's important for me to always give you this message and always stress the point to you that you are the one who's determining where you're at. You are the one who, if you have cellulite, it's because of things that you are doing and decisions you're making that you've cellulite. If you're out of shape, if you've got lack of energy, if you just don't like how you look and how you feel, again, it's down to you, and it's very important that you take personal responsibility. Because until you do, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get better results. You're not going to get rid of cellulite. You're definitely not going to get a firm bum and ties. It's, again, up to you. So make sure you take responsibility. So my promise to you basically after this presentation is that you're going to know the secrets to having a firm, sculpted bum. You're also going to understand why what you put in your mouth has a massive impact on what shows up in your bum and thighs and body as a whole. Because that's what you need to realize. This is where I'm saying you have responsibility, you have power. You know how to banish cellulite self. You're also basically, with the information you'll also have the choice then on whether you want to continue putting up with an inadequate body that you feel disgusting, you don't feel comfortable in, or you can actually do something about it. It's totally up to you. Now let's first understand cellulite and what it actually is, because a lot of misconceptions about what it is, and a lot of women especially think it's something that you just can't avoid and very genetic and down to their parents and hereditary factors. But basically this is what it is. So it's lumpy, bumpy skin that's caused when fat presses up against the vertical connective tissue that surrounds fat cells in our thighs. And what happens then, from that pressing action, it's creating a bulging of the cells. And this results in the dimpled effect. So again, like it says here, think about, if you're trying to push your skin through fishnet stockings, or if it was through even like a sieve or something like that, think of that. That's why, again, it's showing up. The excess fat is being pushed through. So this is where I'm saying, again, even it's down to yourself and control over your life. If you've got excess fat, it has to come out somewhere. I know some people might say, but I'm skinny, or someone else they know is skinny, and they've got cellulite. Just because you're skinny doesn't mean you can't have fat in your body. There's a lot of skinny fat people out there. They look slim in their shape, but they have a good bit of fat in their body. Like, I've taken body fat measurements of some skinny, inverted commas, people, and their body fat's been quite high, because, again, they're taking fat through their nutrition, typically through their bad nutrition, and it shows up somewhere. A lot of the time it's internal, some of it's external, like that through cellulite. But the bottom line, if you're eating a bad diet or nutrition plan, and you're following a bad lifestyle, it's going to show up in your body somewhere. And the thing is, even if it runs in your family, there's ways of minimizing its appearance. And that's what I'm going to be going through with you. The kind of steps that you can put into practice are going to make a big difference to, how much it's actually going to appear. Okay? So is everyone ready to hear about how we can banish cellulite forever? Okay, let me see that you're listening, and remember our rule at the start were about being engaged. Okay? Okay, great. Everyone seems to be ready. All the guys are ready anyway, which is great. A few of the women. Fine in London is ready and waiting. Good stuff. All right. Okay, so first thing I want to go through is diet. How many people here have been on a diet? Even once in their life, and I'm sure most of you are not once in your life. How many of you have been on a diet? So you can type YRN into the question box. Okay, many of you. So this is one big reason why people's bodies are all out of whack, and why their body is not how they want it to look. They have cellulite, they are loose, they are saggy, and despite all the efforts they've put in for possibly weeks or even months sometimes on diets, it all falls apart in the end, and they end up worse than ever. Well, what's happening again with the diet, if you don't know what diets do to you, they're actually, what the first three letters are, DIE, that's what it's doing to your body, because it's totally killing your metabolism. Your metabolism is getting totally annihilated, it's getting decreased dramatically, as is your muscle mass, and what happens because of that then is you're burning way less calories, because that's what your metabolism is. So your basal metabolic rate, which is when you're sitting down, like right now, you're not doing anything, like I burn loads of calories even though I'm sitting down doing nothing, just speaking, because I have good muscle tone, I've been training consistently for 17 years, lead a good lifestyle, I have a fast metabolism. These are all factors that affect it. Whereas if you're the opposite, you're not doing those good things, then it's going to have a negative impact. If you go on a diet, it has the impact of decreasing your metabolism. So I really urge you to stop doing diets. If you want to decrease cellulite, or prevent it if you don't already have it, a huge thing for you to do is to stop dieting. Get off the diets, throw out those diet books, ignore them forever. Do not fall into the latest crazes. There are so many crazes out there all the time, whether it be the Atkins, or you've got South Beach diet, and no carb diet, and low carb diets, and newest one now is a paleo diet. All these things do not give you long-term results. All these things are great for short-term bursts, but they have a lot of negative impacts as well, despite what they promote. So first thing I want you to promise me is that you're going to stop dieting, stop wasting your time, your energy, your money on diets, because it don't work, and as in line with the topic of this presentation, they will cause you to have cellulite. One of the most important factors in terms of decreasing and preventing cellulite is actually water. We've done other webinars on water specifically, and anyone who's attended them can understand the importance of water, but this applies even to cellulite. And let me explain why. Because water, keeping hydrated, we're 75% water in terms of our bodies, and if we're hydrated, the body will function a lot better. If the body functions the way it's supposed to, what's going to happen is it's going to detoxify faster. Okay? Because basically, fat, for instance, if you're taking in bad foods, you're taking in a lot of toxins, they end up getting converted to fat. Now, if you can get those toxins out of your body, that's decreasing what the amount of toxins is going to convert to fat, the amount of sugar is going to convert to fat, because anything that ends up getting stored like that converts to fat. So that's one thing about it. If you can consume lots of water, you're going to flush all these things out of your system, and your body's going to look a lot cleaner, a lot healthier, a lot fresher, a lot smoother. And even from the smooth point of view, your body, if it's hydrated well, will look much better. Let's just even take someone, say the way you can look at a 70-year-old, and some 70-year-olds look really healthy, look probably about 50, and others look like they're probably 80, even 90. And a lot of times it's down to their nutrition plan, but also their hydration levels and what they're consuming. So if you can keep really hydrated, then you're going to look a lot younger, you're going to have a lot better skin, and obviously then the underneath the surface is going to be a lot healthier too. So you won't have that fat pushing through like the fishnet stocking idea that was given a little while ago. So it's going to make a big difference from that point of view. And for anyone that wants to get in better shape, which again is ultimately what we're trying to do, and the firm bum and thighs and everything, whether you're male or female, the more hydrated you can stay, the better. So really urge you to start working towards getting 2 or 3 liters of water every single day. Make sure you get that much into your system at least every day. And if you can get more into your system, brilliant. But wherever you're at right now, just increase it. Okay, so just drink even half a liter a day extra than what you have been doing. That would be brilliant, okay? Because as I said, water makes an absolutely massive, massive difference. So as I said, do yourself a favor and drink lots of water. Water makes a big difference. But like I said, baby steps. What you eat basically is going to determine a lot of what's going to happen. Like what you sit down at your table. What is in front of you. How are you controlling your portions? Again, remember, excess food, excess calories have to go somewhere. They end up getting converted to fat. But the process is it's like a stock take. Your body at the end of the day will look and see, is there any excess? If there is an excess, then the body has to put it somewhere. Okay? And it will end up storing it in your liver, which unless you're a serious endurance athlete or triathlete, you're never going to use up those excess stored calories. They end up getting converted to fat. And then that has to show up in the body and show up in the normal way that fat does, but also show up in cellulite. So the less fat content in your body. Like, have you ever seen someone that's really low body fat with bad cellulite? If you have, let me know, because I would be amazed if there is anyone with really low body fat that has bad cellulite. Okay? And especially someone who's really low body fat, because you can do it not necessarily through healthy ways, can be very unhealthy ways. If we were to look at a person, if they were very lean and had cellulite, I'd like to look again at what they're consuming liquid-wise and nutrition-wise, and how much toxins, even through their nutritional supplements. So the bottom line is, look, stay healthy, stay with whole food, stay with clean, fresh food, and watch your portions. Portion control is important. Lots of fruits, veg, salad, berries, all those kind of foods. These foods are just loaded with antioxidants, and like I said, your body's full of toxins, lots of free radicals. The more antioxidants you can get into your body, the quicker the bad guys get flushed out of your body. So even simple things like consuming more fruit and veg and salad and berries, that will decrease your cellulite. Okay, I can't stress enough to you that cellulite and just generally being out of shape is down to what you're putting into your mouth. What is your hand doing? What's your hand putting into your mouth? Because if it's putting the wrong stuff into your mouth, then it's going to make a big difference in how your body's going to look. And you don't want to have cellulite. I'm sure there's no one on. You wouldn't be on otherwise unless you hated the fact you have cellulite. So, you need to start taking action and do it in terms of a variety. Don't just eat, for instance, banana and tomatoes. Try different things. There are so many different types of fruits and veg and salad and berries. Try different ones. Of course, some you won't like, but some you will like, and some you can tolerate. Just keep remembering the benefit, okay? One thing with food, it's important for it to obviously taste nice, and it's a bonus in a way, but what's more important for you to do is to focus on it being functional. Okay, food is to feed your body, to help it to repair and regenerate and grow again, and just for your body to get healthy, okay, and look good. So focus on that. That's your goal. That's the goal with the food. So, and the fruit and veg. So do that. Use it for that reason. Green tea. Green tea, again, great because of the antioxidant level. So antioxidants, remember, drive out the free radicals. Free radicals are what are causing the toxins, which are causing the fat storage, which is causing the cellulite. Okay? So you can just understand the chain of events that are going on. So green tea is a natural thermogenic. It's a fantastic antioxidant. The more antioxidants you can put into your body, the less fat you're going to have in your body, the less cellulite you're going to have in your body. Okay? So antioxidants are just king. They're so important. And the thermogenic side is it increases your metabolism. So it naturally does that. So if you can consume a good few cups of green tea a day, it's going to help your fat burning dramatically. Okay? Like I personally consume about 5, maybe 6 cups of green tea per day. I do it from a health perspective. Also, I do it from the fact that, just eating help keep you lean or get lean. I'm all up for it. I'm sure you're up for it as well. Like at the end of the day, we're all in a healthy regime and exercise nutrition because we want to get leaner and we want to build muscle. For ladies, building muscle means getting tight and toned and slender. The guy maybe wants to build actual huge, shape muscle, or maybe just to get more tone, depending on what it's for. But bottom line, we want to all lose fat, build muscle. That's why body fat's so important. So we all need something like green tea. So there's antioxidant levels, and there's the thermogenic element as well. Fat-free, this is like the diet. I want you to stop using these products, okay? It's just a complete marketing scam. Marketing genius in a way, but it's a scam at the same time because all the fat-free products are not good for you. You're better off with the original in 99.9% of the cases because all they're doing is they're taking out the fat, which is a natural product, and they're putting in lots of chemicals and additives and sugars because if they didn't, the product would taste absolutely disgusting and no one would buy it. But 10, 20 years ago, when whoever came up with the idea of let's hit fat and let's promote that fat's really bad and let's get fat-free products out there, they were genius because it's become a massive phenomenon and it's become a huge industry and has generated millions if not billions of euros, dollars, whatever currency you want to look at. But what's happening is by consuming these products, you're taking in excess calories, sugars, additives, toxins, E-numbers, all these things you do not want to have in your body. Because again, like I've said from the very start, the cleaner your body is in terms of what's going on inside, which is determined by what you put in from the outside. The cleaner you are on the inside, the better you're going to look on the outside. So not having all toxins and additives and sugars from fat-free products is going to help you to decrease your cellulite levels. Does that make sense? Is everyone grasping why I'm passionate about people getting off these products and just focusing on getting whole foods in terms of real foods, okay? Focus on just getting the original proper products. Whatever it was originally, that's what's most important, okay? Okay, good. Everyone seems to be understanding that point. Okay. Now, I said about fats. People avoid fats. Well, these are the kind of fats you definitely do not want to avoid. Avocados, nuts, nut butters, some of the oils. These are the kind of fats that are important for your body. So you've got your bad fats, you've got your good fats. This is why the whole fat-free thing is not telling you the whole truth. When it first started off, it was a case of, oh, fat's so bad, fat is what makes fat, fat is why we're all fat. Yet now that there's been a fat-free revolution for the last 10, 20 years, has obesity decreased or increased? The fact is it's increased dramatically. Like it's starting to take over to kids, and kids now are getting diabetes. And it's going to be the first time a generation possibly will die, and a lot of them before their parents. It's a crazy situation. But that's the reality of it. So by cutting out what supposedly was the reason people were putting on fat, people actually have got fatter, even though they're more health conscious, for the majority of people. And that's because, fat is not the reason people are fat. There's good fats, but there's bad fats. So you need to decrease your bad fats. And bad fats are found, a lot of them in animal products like meats and so on, and dairy products. So you want to cut those kind of things out, or down at least, as well as then all the, bad products like the cakes and the biscuits and the ice creams and all those kind of things, all the treats. Now don't need to ever cut them out completely. I always advise people to have one day a week as a cheat day and eat what they want and enjoy it and see it as a reward as well. But there are good fats which help you to burn more fat, help your concentration. Again, if you have good fats in your body, the body's going to function better, like what I've said already with the antioxidants and fruits and veg, salad, berries. I've also said about in terms of the water. The better your body functions, the more it's processing things, the more calories it's burning, the less fat is in your body, the less cellulite is in your body. Okay, so again, consuming these kind of foods will help to decrease cellulite levels in your body. Really recommend for people to start moving more plant-based, okay? Start using more grains and using more things like lentils and chickpeas and dookie beans and all these kind of things, because animal-based products are a big reason again why people have excess fat in their body and also cellulite, because they're very high in saturated fats. That's the thing about meat products, very high in saturated fats. And if you have a lot of saturated fats in your nutrition plan, then it's going to get stored as fat. And that means then as well it's going to increase your cellulite levels. So move more and more towards a plant-based diet. I always emphasize to people, the way I advise people to move this direction is gradually. I don't really recommend to people to do it like overnight. Like for you, from tomorrow, never eat meat or fish or dairy products ever again. Now that would be great, but why I say to not do that is because the reality for most people is if they make too big a jump, they'll never stick to it. They'll give up after a short period of time. Now there are always exceptions, and this is where you know what you're like as a person. So if you are someone who can make that big a jump, then work away. But for the majority of people, they won't, and they do for a while, they fall off track, and it'll be seen as another failure, which is never good for anybody. So do it gradually. Make little changes. Make some substitutions. Okay, make improvements in your lifestyle. Move more plant-based. Plant-based now, because there's more and more research being done, is shown to be the best way to live, whether it's vegetarian or vegan or raw. It's the best way to live because it's going back to nature, it's going back to what's been provided for us, it's taking away all the man-made chemicals and additives and toxins that are in most of our food. So start moving that direction. And like I said, see what you do right now and move gradually towards that direction. So does the nutrition side of things make sense to everybody? Everyone understand now, have a few reasons or tips and strategies that they can use now to decrease your cellulite levels if you have cellulite, or you want to prevent it happening if you don't already, and also, just in general, just improve your body. Remember, if we get rid of toxins, we're going to be slimmer, we're going to look better, our skin's going to look better, we're going to feel better, we're going to have more energy. All of these things are going to make a big impact. So nutrition, as I said, is absolutely crucial. It really, really is. And nutrition really is 80-90% of the whole thing. If you're trying to get in better shape, you can exercise all you want, but if your nutrition isn't right, the results can be limited. Okay, so it's very important to get the right nutrition going. Okay, so nutrition is huge, as I said, in hydration and things like green tea and such. And what's also important is exercise. Here's a picture of myself with my little man Max, and also a good friend, Dr. Joe Casper, who's been a guest on the show a number of times. Hope a few of you've got to hear him, because he's a great guy, huge energy, and always a great guest. But this is exercise. We all need to exercise. We need to exercise for many, many reasons, but let's again focus on the topic of the presentation. You want firm bum, you want firm, slender thighs, you want to get rid of cellulite. You are not going to get rid of cellulite if you don't exercise. That's a fact. Okay? You need to keep, again, the metabolism going. The faster metabolism is, the more calories you're going to burn, the more fat you're going to burn, the more cellulite you're going to burn. Keep thinking of that, again, chain of events. Okay? So it's very important for you to exercise and exercise consistently, and even doing certain specific things too. Now, for the females, look at the difference here. Left is no squats, right is squats. Okay? Now, this is just one exercise, a squat exercise, and I'll show you a picture of it shortly if you aren't aware of what a squat is. But squat really is the king of all exercises, okay? Especially for the lower regions. If you want to get a tight bum and nice slender thighs and nice hips and stuff like that, it's going to make a huge difference, okay? Because you're working the muscles of your bum, your thighs, your calves, your abs, your lower back, every part of your body. It's a king of exercises that way. Plus, it's been proven that it is actually the best abdominal exercise. Even though it's a leg exercise, it's the best abdominal exercise because you're recruiting more muscle fibers completing these repetitions than you would if you're doing normal crunches. That's why in our workouts, in boot camps, and we're approaching clients around the world, we rarely ever get people to do abs. We get them to do exercises where they use their abs, like the squat. So here's the squat, and here's how to do a squat properly. Because there aren't many people who squat, it doesn't mean they're doing it right. So what I want you to notice here is Look at the depth this lady has got to. Look where her backside is. Backside's down near her ankles. Now you do have to be quite flexible to do this. When I say quite flexible, you need to have a flexibility level that you should have anyway. So if you can't naturally get down so, use a step. Use like a Reebok step or some kind of low step. If you don't have one, just maybe stack up 2 or 3 weight plates and sit in it. So you want to get down that low, because that's going to fully stretch out your hamstrings and your quads and your glutes, which is your backside muscle. And to work and tighten, tone a muscle, you need to stretch it fully and then flex it fully. So stretch and flex, stretch and flex. That's basically the procedure that you're looking to do. So it's very important to do the squat and make it a core part of your program always. And there are a few different variations of the squat. This is the front squat that's being shown here in the picture. So it's just one particular one, okay? Like Brian's saying here, that depth of movement is called ass to the grass squat. Exactly, that's right. Exactly. Ass to the grass, ass to the floor. It's exactly right. And it's a fantastic exercise, but for some people they can't get down there due to flexibility. And if you're one of those, get a step, sit on it, force your hips to open up. That's what's going to happen by doing that. That's going to force you to get looser, okay, just by having to get down that low on a step. So use a step to get down there. And when you've got more flexible from doing the exercise, push it away, okay? And you get down properly like this then yourself. So make sure again to focus on making this a core part of your workout. An important thing with your exercise, it's not just a case of just exercising. You need to be putting the effort in, okay? You need to be putting the effort in. You're not going to get results by just tipping away and just going for a stroll or lifting light dumbbells that you can have a conversation with as you do your last repetition. You need to be really pushing yourself, push the boat out there, because if you're not pushing yourself, then you're not going to get the results, because our bodies are amazing machines and they can do so much and achieve so much and recuperate so fast. But if they're not being stimulated well, they have no reason to recuperate. So it's very important that you're pushing yourself, okay? Push yourself right to your very limits. If you're just starting out, your limits might be just going for a 15-minute walk because you haven't done anything for months. That's a big step in the right direction. And over time, progress it a little bit more. Always push yourself that little bit more. But if you're used to exercising, make sure everything you do is your 100% or 110% commitment. Make sure you're giving it absolutely everything you possibly can, because that's what you need to get the proper results. So you need to be working as hard as you can. If we look at these pictures, again, this explains it all really, this one slide. So you can see the lady on the left, the lady in the middle, and the lady on the right. There's a hell of a difference between them. So complete neglect to someone who just does diet, or nutrition plans. I don't like the word diet. I always use nutrition plans. So you can see she's a slim enough lady, probably eats healthy enough, but she hasn't got any proper muscle tone. And that's what I'm saying about skinny fat. Look at the lady on the right. Now she doesn't have much body fat. You can see her body is tight and toned and sculpted, and that's what we're all looking for. Whether you're male or female, you want to have a tight, toned, sculpted body. That's fact. I want it, you want it, and if you don't get the right combination of diet and exercise, you're not going to achieve this. So it's really important for you to, focus on getting the right combination of both. I've given you a lot of tips on the nutrition side of things and hydration, and then on the exercise too. I've said about the squats, but in general, you just want to focus on how hard you're working. Doing a certain amount of cardiovascular exercise is important. Doing a certain amount of weight training or resistance training is important. Stretching is important too, because it elongates your muscles. So the more elongated they are, the better they're going to look too. So all of these are factors, and it's like a checklist. It's a case of ticking off the boxes. How many of the boxes are you ticking right now? Because the more the boxes you're ticking, the better results you're going to get, the better shape you're going to be in as well. Okay, so it's important for you again to put in the effort into this. Another thing that makes a big difference to cellulite is to actually massage the area. Okay, this is something you can do yourself, or you can go to someone else if you want to. But just the areas that are have cellulite on them, to massage them, because like I've said it since the very start, it's fatty deposits, it's fat pushing through the skin, it's it's like all bunched up. It's like going through again the fishnet stockings, like I said at the start. If you can even it out, if you can smooth it out, if you can break up the toxins as well, because like I said, it's a lot to do with all the toxins in your body. So if you can break them up, which you can do through using your hands, that'll make a huge difference. And that'll decrease it in itself. And the exercise and nutrition are actually crucial, but to get some kind of impact, massaging them will make a big difference. So just, grab it in your hand, grab an area between two of your fingers and just gently kind of rub it over and back. Gently massage it, and do that for different areas then as well. Okay? And this is a simple thing that you could do. You could nearly do it right now. If you have cellulite in the back of your thigh, then start doing this right now. This is why I stressed at the start that what we share in our weekly webinar is tips and strategies that you can implement pretty much straight away, the majority of them. Because we want you to get results straight away. We want you to get results fast. You deserve to be in the body that you want to be in and you aspire to be in, but you have to take action. If you don't take massive action, you're not going to achieve it. And just simple things like this is action that will take you a step closer to being cellulite free. Creams are good as well, but be careful of the cream. Like what I recommend with nutrition supplements, just make sure it's made from proper organic ingredients, not chemicals. Not chemicals are going to load your body up with toxins and cause it to recur. If it did happen to get rid of it, it's only a temporary solution. And like I said, with toxins, they're a big reason why people have excess fat in their body anyway. So, if you're going to get a cream, get a good one. Look for whole food or, plants, or sorry, not whole food, like real ingredients, okay? Which is actual substance, which is actual plants and whatever else it would include. We'll make sure it's actual. Make sure it's not just loads of chemicals and additives and E-numbers and things like that. Make sure it's, again, proper. Okay? That's the key thing. Just every product you buy from now on, look at it and see how much has man taken the original and treated it and altered it. And in some situations, make it completely unrecognizable. Okay, that goes for food or cosmetics like this. So, that's a question that's important for you to ask yourself. Now, if you look at these photos, look at the before and after photos here. Now, this is a client of ours, and, this is over a course, I think it was about 6 weeks or so. So you can see how dimpled the skin is on the top. And you can see a couple of weeks later the difference, how smooth it is. Again, as I said, exercise, nutrition, hydration, limiting your chemical intake. Chemicals come from all kinds of places. Alcohol is going to have a big impact on cellulite levels because alcohol is not a food source, so it ends up getting converted to free radicals and fat. So it means more toxins. And the more the conversion with the fat, then it means more fat in your body, so it's going to show. And like this, it's going to show in the thighs, backside, hips, all those kind of areas. So you can just focus on, making the little changes, like cutting down or cutting out the alcohol, even if it's only for a couple of weeks, just to get a real kickstart. Cutting out processed foods and sweets and cakes and biscuits and going more homemade, making stuff that is homemade, that the ingredients are, a lot healthier and so on. Things like that make a big difference too. Bottom line is it's your choice. It's your choice what happens. It's your choice whether you're going to continue to have cellulite, or if you don't have it yet, whether you're going to get cellulite, or if it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And what you need to always be asking yourself is, how disgusted in yourself do you feel? How ready are you to take action? It's like one of the early slides. Control is where you have the knowledge. And making decisions, you're going to do something about it. But you still do have to take action. And then once you take action, you get the results. So it's your choice what to do with this information. Okay, because like I stressed at the start, you get this information, it's up to you to take action on it, decide on the steps that are realistic for you right now. Like for somebody listening, it might be to start having green tea. For somebody, it might be that you haven't exercised in a while, you need to start exercising. Somebody might be doing a lot of stuff right, you're just going to start massaging the cellulite area once or twice a day from now on. Pick out what I've gone through and pick out the parts that you can implement immediately. Let's do a quick recap here, and then we'll open up some Q&A shortly as well. So never, ever, 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 ever diet, because it just makes your body deteriorate. It decreases your metabolism, makes your body store fat, and is not a good solution. Stay hydrated. Remember, we're 75% water. If you don't keep your body hydrated, the skin's going to get very dry and wrinkly, and then fat deposits are going to start showing more. Again, a big reason why cellulite appears in the first place. But also hydration level allows your body to work at its optimum. So it's going to be able to get rid of toxins a lot faster. It's going to be able to process everything. And then from the exercise point of view, you're going to get better results too. Consume lots of fruits and vegetables. Not only are most of them loaded with lots of water, but also antioxidants. And like I said, antioxidants what fights free radicals, which are the bad guys. Cellulite is full of free radicals. Cellulite is a bad guy. Okay, it's a type of fat and it's full of free radicals and it's bad guys. So you're trying to constantly counteract the bad guys. Any kind of disease or cold sore even, warts, anything that's attacking your body, the more antioxidants you have, the better able you are to fight it. Green tea, amazing thermogenic and also amazing antioxidant. This thing increases your fat burning a lot by having a few cups of green tea a day. So definitely make that change if you don't already consume it. Essential fatty acids, like I said, it's not all about having no fat. Fat is good for you, but it depends on the fat. So essential fatty acids like avocados, nuts, nut butters, they're all good essential fatty acids. And they will help to decrease your fat levels in your body, which will decrease your cellulite levels too. Move more and more towards a plant-based nutrition plan. Cut out all those meats and dairy products especially. Cut them out or cut them down. That are adding so much chemicals and hormones and additives and fat, because you naturally have a lot of fat. All these things that you're consuming all the time. Like if a calf or cow is fed full of antibiotics and hormones to make it grow faster, so it can be kill so faster and kill faster for consumers. We're consuming all of that. We're consuming all those antibiotics and chemicals that have been pumped into that animal, and steroids. So you don't want that to go into your body. So move more and more towards a plant-based diet because it's nice and clean, it's healthy, it's going back to nature, it's allowing the body to process food the way it was supposed to, and process the right type of food. Regular exercise, really important. Make sure you're exercising definitely 3-4 days a week, and ideally do something every day because it's something that should be like brushing your teeth. Okay? Should be just something that you do. It's just normal for you in the day to do 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour, whatever it might be, but all you need is 15 minutes. That's it. If that's all the time you have, or that's all the time you're going to prioritize for it, that's perfect. Just make sure you work hard. And remember what I said, intensity. It's all about intensity. How hard are you working? Really focus on working hard, putting in the effort. That's just really important. Squats. Like I said, squat is the king. Squat makes such a difference to that whole area of the body, the backside, the thighs, hips, your abs, the whole lot. Makes a huge difference. Make it a core part of your workouts. Make sure you do some of them, a few times a week. A massage the area that's got the cellulite on it, and that helps to decrease. You have to break up the fat cells. So break them up and rub it out to somebody. All these things help, but the key thing again is to put the effort into allocating time in your day if we're going to do these things. Now before we go into Q&A, I just want to inform you or re-inform you about Formula for Success Live. It's taking place on October 4th to 6th in Dublin. But also, as well as having the opportunity to attend live at the venue, which strongly recommend and love you to do, you also have the opportunity to attend live by the internet, via live stream it's called, which means you can be from anywhere in the world. And I know there's people from America and Canada and Australia and parts of Asia and all over the world, all over Europe on this call right now, and people who see the recording the same. And you're not going to be able to come to Dublin for one reason or another. There's people in Ireland who won't be able to come. But this is giving you the opportunity to attend all 3 days live with us, October 4th to 6th. All 3 days, every second, you won't miss a thing. You get to attend live and interact, and the question I'll ask the attendees at the venue, I'll be able to ask you and get answers off you because we'll have our team working with the people who are on the live stream. So you have the most close experiences you could have to being in the actual room. That's the way we run these things, because we want people who are wherever they are in the world to benefit 100% from attending any of our events. Now for the live stream, special early bird offer, which is going to end soon. You can get access to the live stream for only $27. $27. For those who deal in euros, you're talking about €20 in around that. probably about 14, 15 pounds for those who are in the UK. And that's giving you access to full 3 days, call it boot camp, call it event, whatever you want, where I will be coaching you up to 10 hours a day on regaining control of your body, mind, and life, and impacting every area of your life. That's where Formula for Success comes from. 4 key areas: your personal life and relationships, your body, mind, and health, your professional success, and your wealth, financial freedom. Those kind of areas. So it's not only just about your body, mind, and health, it's about how to impact every other area of life: your business, your career, your relationships, your actual wealth and wealth creation, and achieving financial freedom. It impacts all of those areas. And you can attend all 3 days for $27. Not only that, special bonus I'm going to be giving you as part of this webinar as well, you will also get access to all the recording of every second of the whole 3 days. No extra charge, it's a bonus, $27. So you're talking $27 to get access to the full 3-day event, and also you get access to the full recordings of the 3-day event as well, which you can watch anytime you want. You will have access to that forever. So, as I said, if you can't get to the venue, here's an option for you. But also, if you can't even get on the live stream live, you can always catch the recordings. Actually, put in the link in the chat box, but I put in the wrong one. Just if you want to go now and purchase, which I strongly recommend. And as I said, it's about taking action. I stressed you at the very start of the presentation. It's about getting control, take action, and that's how you're going to get results. And if you don't take action, you're not going to get results. This is one of those moments. No. How much do you really want results? How much do you want to banish cellulite forever? How much do you want to get control over your life as a whole? Because that's what this event's about. You know, people who attended our event in March have achieved a lot since then. And, you know, they loved the event and the feedback was phenomenal. It's up to you. The choice is yours. Okay? Choice is yours whether you feel that you are worth $27. Because $27 is all you have to invest to have me coach you for 3 whole days in the comfort of your own home, and also then have access to the 3 days of recordings for the rest of your life. So you can watch particular points or all the points or whatever over and over again whenever you want. Okay, so it's a ridiculous deal, ridiculous opportunity, but you know, we want to make sure we're helping as many people all over the world as possible. Okay, so any questions that you may have about the presentation, feedback as well is always great, and any questions on the offer or the event itself, that would be perfect too. So we're just going to open up to some Q&A now for a little while until all your questions are answered. Just type in any questions that you have on the presentation, instead any feedback on it, and also any question you may have about Formula for Success Live or the offer I've just given you. So as I said, type into the question box. How bad is coffee? Okay, coffee is not something that's good for you to be drinking. Okay, coffee is not something that is good for you to consume a lot of. Now it's become a big crutch for people. People now have it instead of breakfast. People have it when they feel tired. People have it every time that they get an urge for it these days, because they now have an addiction to it. Okay, so it's something again people have a lot of because again they have a certain addiction to it. Because caffeine's addictive, just like nicotine and alcohol and all different things like that. Sugar is another addictive substance, but you never hear them talking about it being addictive. But with coffee, that will have an impact again on your body, your fat levels, your cellulite levels, because it's not good for your body. It has a lot of bad toxins as well. It's going to slow down the process, the way your body works. So it's important for you to decrease the coffee, and I would say to start substituting your coffee with green tea. So if you have 5 cups of coffee a day at the moment, maybe have 3 or 4 of them tomorrow, and have 1 or 2 cups of green tea instead. Okay, so that's one thing with coffee. Cindy, oh, pity that you missed a lot of the presentation. So in terms of recording, we will be making a recording available. You may actually be watching the recording right now, just the video has been put up. But what you do is keep an eye on your email. When you've registered, you will get an email tomorrow with access to the recording. So keep an eye out for that. Okay guys, any other questions? Going on the offer, remember you've got 3 full days of Format for Success live via live stream from the comfort of your own home. You can even be sitting in the bat if you want and watching the whole event. And then you also get access to all the recordings. It's crazy. $27. Okay, let's see, items. Everyone seems to be good. Guys, any feedback you ever have, appreciate to hear it. Keep spreading the word about Format for Success, our weekly webinar, but also Format for Success Live, October 4th to 6th. I look forward to seeing those of you who have signed up by the live stream, and also those of you who will be attending at the venue itself. You know, I really love meeting people and speaking to people who have followed us and have invested time and money into themselves, both being on these free webinars, but also many of you who have invested in our coaching programs and products over the years as well, and we really appreciate it. And these kind of events are where we really get to give back, because the value you get at these events, as I'm sure those of you who have attended will agree, is absolutely priceless. You know, it's worth so much more than the actual investment you have to put in. I hope you enjoyed the content of our webinar this evening. Make sure, as I said, put the same time in your diary every single Tuesday, the Format for Success weekly webinar. These webinars, as you've seen, are full of content, easily actionable steps that you can put into practice immediately. It's up to yourself to take action on it, but please go and take action on it and get the results you desire. You know, if you have cellulite, let's get rid of it. Let's get your body cellulite free. That's the possibility. You can do it, but it means you need to implement the different steps I've gone through. So thanks for being on, as I said. Get on again next week. Please share details of our weekly webinar with your friends and contacts and get them to attend too. I just want to wish you a fantastic week, wishing you much success. This is Dave Sheehan, High Performance Coach and founder of Format for Success. Wishing you all the best. Chat to you next time.